What's up, peeps? Who's out there today on a Saturday? Are y'all working like me? What's up, fam? What's going on? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I need to take a picture of this. Keep going that fast. What's up, y'all? Anybody out there? How y'all doing today? I just decided to come on and say what's up to everybody. Father's Day weekend. Even though Father's Day is only tomorrow, but still, it's all weekend. And I gotta work. That's what dads do. We work. Whoever's on here, hello, welcome, thank you. I don't tell nobody when I go live. I just, it's like, I'm gonna just go live. And I do. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, if you have anything to ask or you just want to say hello, you can. What's up, AD? Oh, man, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you for that compliment. Compliment comments. That's what makes you keep going, bro. You know what I mean? Can you hear me? I just realized, let me get my little speaker thing. I think that might help a little bit. What's up, yo? I gotta get my speaker. Make sure everything's connected. Can you hear me better? What's up, y'all? Sorry, I just went live and I just forgot I didn't have my speaker on, so y'all probably couldn't hear me anyway. Okay, so you can hear me? Okay, well, I guess the speaker just hyped that up a little bit. But welcome, guys. Welcome, George. Thank you. Man, AD, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The best suggestion I can give you getting into the program is just know that you have to stay focused, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did a video the other day on I think I just did the last video about study tips. And this is something I never did because I never thought about it. But what you should do, man, is you should record your lectures. If your professor is okay with it, take a little tripod like I have here, bro. Take your phone, take a charger, and just whatever you can, bro, record. Record it, and then when you go home, you have it fresh in your brain, and you can kind of like take notes from your phone. So that's a cool thing to do, man. Is to record your lectures, bro. As long as your teacher lets you, take advantage of that. What's up, George? How y'all doing today? If y'all fathers out there, man, happy early Father's Day. I don't know if I'll be on here tomorrow, even though I work. So I might just hop on here, but happy early Father's Day to all y'all out there. But yeah, man, it's exciting, bro. It's exciting into the program because it's new. You worked hard to get accepted. and now that you're in it, you got that adrenaline rush. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I can't wait to get done, and or I can't wait to get started. And it is a good feeling, man. It is a good feeling to know that you're gonna, I don't know if you're educated already, but it's a good feeling to know you're gonna get educated and better yourself, better your life, because it is a journey, and it's a good journey. It's fun. But the one thing I could tell you, AD man, is that enjoy the journey, bro. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. That is actually where the fun of it all is at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoying your classmates, enjoying your teachers, enjoying the breaks you have with your classmates. Because in circumstances you build bonds for life. And the radiology field is so small. I know people. I live in Florida, so I know people from California to Iowa to Texas to New York, and all because I decided to get into this field. You know what I mean? So enjoy the journey, because once you get done, bro, it's all about working. You know what I'm saying? Once you get done, it's putting your degree to work and to putting your degree to use, and start making bread, start making money. But the journey is what I miss, bro. I love going to school every day, learning, being in the atmosphere, and just it just there was no pressure. I guess it was, but it wasn't. Now it's like you have the pressure of going to work and doing your thing, and. But everybody is different, but just enjoy the process. Aerospace. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Okay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Bree Bree? I ain't gonna lie to you. I live in Florida, so I went to school. I was like 27, bro. I was probably like that was in 2007. So when I went to school, I went to a private school, and when I went, I was already tired of working I live in a small town, so I was tired of living all these not living, working all these dead end jobs, like not having an identity and things like that. I worked at McDonald's, Burger King. I was a correction officer. I was working at a sugar mill. I did it all, bro. I did it all. Until one day I realized, like, it's like, you know what, man, I don't want to be, how can what's that word? Like, I'm looking for myself, right? I'm looking for that title. Like, what defines me, and I got fired from my job one time, bro. And I was like, oh, I was like, you know what? Back then, that's how old I am, bro. Back then, there was this thing called the Palm Beach Post. So it was a big old newspaper, bro, like this. So I bought the Palm Beach Post, and all the schools were in the back. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna flip it, and whatever school lands on, that's where I'm gonna go. So I flipped it, and I went to a private school. So I only went to one school, so I really had to apply to no school. You know what I mean? I just went to a private school, and that's it. Went for 2 years, passed my registry, and the rest is history, to be honest. So I didn't really have to apply like that. I really didn't. I didn't even know how to apply for schools, man. None of my parents, my mom, my dad never went to school. They were farm workers, just like a typical Hispanic Mexican, community and culture. And I was the first. I was the first one to go to college and graduate, man. So I went in there blindly. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to better myself, and I did. So I didn't have to compete. I am 40. I'm 42 actually. Back then I was of course, back then I was 27. Now I'm 40. That's what's up, George. Um yeah, 29, you're still young. It's never too old to go to school, man. That's a misconception. Now that all is based on, your lifestyle. Like, are you able to go back to school? Like, do you have kids? Are you married? Does your household, rely on your, income to pay the bills, or can your husband pay the bills, or your wife pay the bills, and you still be okay? Do you have childcare? Do you need childcare? All that plays a all that plays a part whenever you have a family. Um, I went when I didn't have kids. So when I went, I didn't have no kids. I wasn't married. I had my wife. Well, she was my girl back then. You know what I'm saying? But we've been happily married for 20 some years. But I didn't have real responsibility, so I was able to go to school, and I did it before I had kids. So it's harder when you do have a family if you have one. That's what's up, AD. Yeah, man. I mean, if you can do it, bro, and if your wife's cool with it, bro, and she can handle the bills, or you can work at the same time and go to school, hey, man, do it. Now I will tell you though, it is hard. It's hard to go to school and it's hard to try to have a full-time job and go to radiology school full-time. Um, because it is hard, bro. You have to go to school Monday through Friday, usually, typically Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Then when you get home, you from your lectures and everything, bro, you have to go and study at least another 2 hours on your own. And, make flashcards or whatever you got to do because there's like a test every other day or at least every week. There's a test you got to study for, so you got to study. Then on weekends, you got to study. So if your job allows you to go to school during the day, maybe work in the evenings and still go home and do a little homework and then if they allow you to do that, bro, then do it. But it will be hard, to juggle both, but it's not impossible, but it'll be a little tough. Oh, okay, George Bam. But you had good jobs, bro. Plumbing, diesel engineer, automotive, like that's what the money's at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why you want to come to this side? We don't make money like that. No, we make good money, bro. I'm blessed. And the only reason that I make good money now, and I'll be honest with you, is because of the fact that I travel. If it wasn't for traveling, I wouldn't be making good money. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. If it wasn't for traveling, I wouldn't be making good money. I'll be stuck in Florida. We're stuck at the 35, maybe 35, $37 an hour range, which isn't chump change, of course, is good money. But with the economy, bro, and everything, and it's not enough, bro. It's not enough. And you're working 36 hours. Sometimes they give you overtime, sometimes they don't. So traveling, bro, it's open it's open knowledge. So it's not like I'm trying to hide anything or say, oh, you can't say how much you make. No, I can. The average travel assignment here in Florida is 2,000 a week. So I average 2,000 a week. Working full time, there's no way you're gonna make $2,000 a week working full time. It just it just doesn't happen. Um, but assignments differ, bro. Sometimes you make 1,800 a week for assignments. Some assignments run up to 3,200 a week. So it all depends what assignment you choose and where you want to go. Right now, in Florida, there's an assignment in Marathon. I think it's close to the Keys. I think I was paying like 3,400 a week, bro. Working 36 hours a week. It's crazy money. But I got a family. I got kids, so I pick assignments that I can go home to every day. So, I don't pick assignments like that. Even though the money's nice, I rather go home to my kids every day. Um, but yeah, man, the money's there, bro. You know what I'm saying? But also, you're a PTA. Why are you switching, bro? Just curious. I always thought that PTAs was a good work environment. What made you switch? Because now I'm intrigued. Like, what made you switch from PTA? Because I thought PTA was. I always tell people to go for PTA. So you being a PTA, what makes you feel like X-ray will be better for you? Just curious. Oh, okay. Well, that's what's up, dude. I mean, as long as you follow your passion, bro. I mean, just do what you love to do, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we're here, we work, so might as well just do something you enjoy, man. PTA is a physical therapy assistant, which I always thought was a good career. But I'm waiting for AD to respond because I'm really interested, bro. Like, why would you switch from PTA and try to come to X-ray? Like it's a big difference, and I'm just intrigued, bro, because I'm excited for the answer because I want to know why. Because I'm always like, because people come to me all the time, be like, "Hey, man, I want to go for X-ray. What do you think?" And I always give them options. If you're on here and you're new or whatever, please follow me. Not only that, follow me on Instagram. It's same thing, the X-ray zone. You'll see this 45-year-old face. DM me, bro. I like to help you guys. And when I do help you, I give you options, man. I just don't push you to do X-ray. I'm like, oh, do X-ray because I do it. Like, nah. I mean, I've done it, man. I'm here. I've done it. I know what I got myself into. But I like to give people options, and PTA is one of the options I give them because I feel it's a great career. But I want to see what AD says because I'm kind of curious on should I be pushing people to PTA or not? You know? Thank you for the support, George. I appreciate you, bro. Oh, okay. How much? So, AD, before you switch over, before you come to X-ray, how much do you know about X-ray? Do you know anybody that's in the field of X-ray, that works in a hospital setting? Do you know anybody that's done it, or you just felt like, you know what, X-ray is what I'm going to go for, and that's what you went for? Because I want to answer properly. Let's put it that way. If you're on here, bro, share this too, man. Share the live, share the love. Okay, so you have a lot of family in nursing and radiology. All right. Um. Well, I guess you did your research, But the only thing that I like about this is my opinion, right, on our field and about PTA. I think PTA is a good work-life balance. I think it's a good. All your jobs are always going to be Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. From what I understand, even if you work at a hospital, it's going to be 8 to 4:30, which is perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially that you have kids, like that's a beautiful thing. Um, and like it's like you can move up to PT and be a full PT tech, right? You can also do home health, which means you can make money triple, probably double the money you make as a regular staff PTA. But in radiology, and I don't know how deep in radiology you have dug. Thank you, George. I don't know how much you've been digging for radiology, bro, but this is something that I'm sure your family has told you. But we do work around radiation all day, bro. We do work around radiation, and it's not always the safest. Especially when you go to OR, especially when you go to fluoro. If you're planning on working in a hospital, if you plan on working where the money's at. So OR is, if you ask any tech, right? If you ask 10 techs, 10 radiology techs, hey, bro, do you like the OR? I guarantee you, at least I'm gonna say at least 6 to 7 techs are gonna be like, nah, we don't like the OR. Because of the fact that OR is stressful. If you're a 41-year-old man, bro, and you go to the OR, that surgery can make you feel like you're 10. You know what I'm saying? Because they're mean like that, bro. They throw your CR machine. They're like, you don't know what you're doing. You throw this, you throw that. Not every surgeon's mean, bro, but 90% of them are, bro. That's just the way it is. And it's a very anxiety driven area, I guess you can say. So a lot of techs don't like OR. And not only that, if you work in a hospital, if you work day shift, you're gonna have to do fluoro. So I don't know how much you done fluoro, but fluoro is, and I'm gonna tell you about MRI, okay? So fluoro is basically continuous radiation, right? But what we do as we still do BEs, and I don't know if you know what that is, but BE is a buried enema. You insert a instrument into a patient's rectum, insert barium. Those could be messy and uncomfortable for you and the patient. And that's something we'll still do. We still do on a daily basis. We do lumbar punctures, small bowels. Um, so that's what you getting yourself into when you go on radiology, right? Not only that, bro, but I'll be honest with you, bro. The fact that, oh yeah, I'm sure surgical techs get it, bro. Not even surgical techs. I'll get back to that. Let me finish this though. But AD, man, not only that, dude, but we as technologists at a hospital, bro, we don't get the respect that we deserve at all. So nurses have the power to be in the ER and they put in orders. We always have to correct them because 99% of them don't know what they're ordering. So you have to correct the order. So that's already disrespectful already that a nurse can order an exam and they don't even know how to order the proper exam, for one, right? For two, If you look at a hospital setting, right, and you look at the top three people in a hospital, you have a CEO, which is the top dog. You have the CFO, which is the second top dog, and you have a CNO, which is the third top dog. So a CNO is a chief nursing officer. You will never see a radiology tech up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's your goal, but we don't even have that option if that was your goal. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about radiology, bro, is that we are limited on our growth. Yeah, you can go to RT, then you can go to CT, you can go to MRI, but just so you know, and I know you have family that you probably ask questions, but the more modalities you have, that's more registries. So you already had to pass the RT registry, you had to pass the CT registry, then you had to pass the MRI registry. And CT is a little easier than MRI as far as like patient care. What happens in MRI, bro, is that I see a lot of techs, they get burnt out within themselves mentally. Because what happens is that patients, they're old, they lie, and you are really dealing with something that you can kill the patient, bro, because you had to put them in a magnet, and you scan them and you're like, oh, they got a pacemaker, they got this, they got that, and you'll be like, oh, it's not on me, I don't care. But I'll guarantee you, bro, God forbid something happens, now you're gonna carry that for the rest of your life. And a lot of MRI techs that feel like they want to be MRI techs, they go to MRI and they figure out how stressful it is, and they automatically go back down to be a tech because it's very stressful. There's a stress driven modality, but a lot of people don't know that because of the fact that they haven't worked around it enough to be like really understand. I can count on my hand at least five people that I know that started at RT, went to MRI, and they were like, "Nah, this is just too stressful," and they drop back down and they go another route. That's why I always tell people on my channel. They're like, "Oh, go for MRI. You don't have to go to X-ray school first," and you don't. You don't. But if you go to MRI school first, then you literally don't have nothing to fall back on. Radiology is your foundation to grow into other modalities. That way, if God forbid something happens or you go into something you don't like it, you have something to drop back down to and still make the same amount of money or a little bit less money, but have a job and a career, right? And not only that, like the thing about a PTA and radiology or nursing is that when you work in a hospital, and God forbid, I pray this never happens again, right? But if COVID ever happens again, guess who's on the front line? Me and nursing, radiology and nursing on the front line because we're essential workers. So if that ever happens again, they're going to need a chest X-ray. So we have to be there. Oh, they're going to need blood drawn or whatever. The nurses got to be there. Guess who don't have to be there? PTAs, because they're non-essential. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to put yourself in risk because you don't have to be there. Not only that, but you live in, I don't know where you're from, California maybe? I don't know, I'm from Florida. So in Florida, we have a lot of hurricanes, and hurricanes, guess what happens? You got Hurricane A, Hurricane B. So guess who has to be there? Again, radiology and nursing, you know. So we had to be in Hurricane A, which is be there with our family during the storm, or Hurricane Team B, come straight after the storm is over. Guess who don't have to be there? PTAs. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of things that we had to think about that a lot of people don't think about. You know what I mean? So, and let me say something else before I forget. So in radiology, this is the kind of respect that we don't get, right? So I was working in a hospital here in Florida, and my director was a person that never took an X-ray before, never went to radiology school, don't even know what radiation is, but she had the authority to be our director. How? I don't know. But again, that's how non-respected our radiology program is, or our profession is, I guess. Um, and currently, I'm at a assignment, and the interim director is a nurse. Like, how do nurses get to be directors of radiology? Like, I don't understand that. And they never even been to radiology school. They don't understand the physics behind it, but yet they can be over radiology. Again, that's just to show you, bro, that we don't get that kind of respect. But in my opinion, I always thought PTA was good, bro. But maybe because I've been in radiology for so long that I was like, oh, whatever. But that's my opinion, though. That's why I had to say it. But let me see. Oh, what's that, Trey? Hey, I'm sorry, dude, if you're still here. But yeah, man, surgical techs get it hard, bro, from surgeons. Not only that, bro, you know what gets it really hard in OR, bro? The reps. So the people that say the doctor's doing a knee, and the representative for that need the replacement, and he's there or she's there, and they don't know their stuff, boy, they get toward a new one. So it's not just surgical techs, it's not just X-ray techs, it's everybody in the room gets it. You know what I'm saying? It trickles down. What's up, Sergio? If you're still in here, bro. Nuclear medicine, I don't think is that stressful. CT tech is stressful. And depending where you work. Right now, where I'm at is not as stressful because it's not as busy. But if you're in a hospital, a CT is stressful because every patient that goes to the ER gets a CT scan. I don't care if your toe hurts, you're gonna get a CT scan of your head, CT brain. You know, so anything that comes in the ER, bro, guarantee that is gonna get a CT scan. So CT is very stressful at certain locations. Nah, for real, dude. AD, yeah. I mean, I went through the COVID era, bro, and I did it, and it was a scary situation, bro, man, because they made make believe rooms, bro. So I had to take my portable, unzip the thing, go into a little room, turn around, zip it up, put my PPE on. The other side, there was another zippy thing. Go in there, it's like the battle zone. You're like, oh. Then you had to zip it up, bro. We went that COVID era was not fun, bro. It was actually very scary. Felt like one of those scary movies that you're on TV and you're in a hospital and the hallway is like dark and smoky. Bro, that's it. Exactly, man. No lie, bro. That's how I remember it. It was a scary situation, bro. It was a really scary time. But yeah, man. Yeah, Sergio, anytime, bro. Sergio, I always say that I wouldn't try to overstudy, just go in there, bro, open minded. Like I was telling AD earlier, if you can, bro, if your teacher lets you, record it. Record the lecture. That way, when you go back home and you can see it and you can be like, okay, well, I didn't understand what he said. You go back and like, okay, now I know. So that's what I would do. Is it Wyatt? What you mean? What's my deal, buddy? Explain, sir. Oh, maybe. I don't know. He just kind of came a little aggressive. What's your deal? Like, hold up, player. Like, what do you mean? Explain. I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help people. That's it. And like I said, bro, I'm not gonna sit there and push you to do something that maybe there's better options for you. There's a lot of people that I help that they're like, oh man, I didn't know that PTA existed. Or I didn't know that, nurses can do so much. Or I didn't know that we're around radiation doing x-ray all day. Like, yeah, that's what we do. I didn't know we had to do BEs. Yeah, player, you got to do BEs. We still do those. CT's taking over a lot, but we still do that. You know what I mean? So just little things that people don't really understand. They just kind of from the outside looking in. So I try to help you the best of my ability. But yeah, man, if you want to make money in radiology, bro, the best thing to do is get your RT, of course, set your foundation. I think the first modality people should get is probably CT because CT and X-ray kind of go hand in hand. And then the third one would be MRI. And the cool thing about it, bro, is like right now, man, like, and I don't think it's going anywhere to be honest. But the traveling salary is just insane all over the country, man. It's not just Florida, Texas, California. Boston actually pays the most. Just being a regular tech in Boston, you're making 3K automatically a week. Regular tech, not CT, not MRI. You go to Boston as a regular RT, you're making 3K. That's crazy money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this kind of like the times we're in now, is the times that you can honestly change your family tree, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how, your family tree is out there, but if you're like me, bro, and you came from a Hispanic, Mexican background, living in a trailer park, and having one station wagon for 8 kids, bro, you know what I'm saying? This kind of money, you know what I'm saying? I'm setting up my kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's things that you can do, bro, that you can do that. This is the time to do it, you know? And a lot of people, I guess, they're understanding that now because TikTok has made radiology huge. They're like, oh, go for X-ray tech, go for X-ray tech, but it doesn't matter, bro. Like, there is still, y'all realize that once I get 20 tech, you're gonna start with 20 students, bro. 10 of them are gonna make it, and 10 don't, because it's not as easy. What's that, Trey? Yeah, a radiation therapist, bro, is freaking awesome. Unfortunately, radiation therapy is growing because a lot of more cancers are growing, but cancer patients. But bro, that's a great career. 2-year program as well, and they make the most out of everybody. They make starting off at a regular job Monday through Friday, bro. You're making 90 to 110K a year, automatic, and you always work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So if you want to go for radiation therapy, go for it, bro. Great money, great work. I'm so sorry. George, I don't understand your question about CT, bro. My bad. Statue, how you doing? Happy all that. I mean, I don't really get involved in the politics stuff, man, because for one thing, it's just it's a door you can't never close. You open it, and there's just so many things that come out of it. I just want to say, since she brought that up or he brought that up, I respect everybody. I love everybody. I don't care if you're African American, Chinese, Mexican, American, white, from India. I don't care, bro. I'm here for everybody. I love all of y'all, man. I'm for people, bro. I'm for people. I'm for helping each other grow and be better. I'm not here to pick sides. I'm just here for people. I love people and I love to help you guys, and that's where my heart is at, and that's where I'm at. So whatever y'all want to celebrate out there, bro, y'all do you. I'm here for people, and I love all of y'all, bro. That's all I can say. I don't know what a family tree in Muslim is, so I'm sorry. So I don't know if money can fix that or not. And absolutely, money is not the cure to everything, but it definitely helps a lot. Mo, oh, workaholic, what? Actually, I'm trying to do that right now. But if you can get 2 travel jobs and 1 week, you're making 5K a week, because each assignment is 3 days. So for instance, say you're working, just throwing it out there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have 4 days off. You can find another assignment that pays, that needs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you have 2 assignments in 1 week. You're making double the money, so you can make up to 180,000 a year if everything aligns correctly. So you can make really good money. Bear Bear, if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But Bear 619, my pleasure. Anytime. Oh, okay, George. Everything in CT is radiation, of course. So it's all about your reward upon risk. If you need one, then get it, because it outlies the risk of any kind of radiation. So yes, if you do need a CT scan, get it. It's not gonna kill you, But if you don't need one and you're one of those people that go to the ER every week because all this hurts, and you get scanned every week, then yeah, that's a problem. Yes, sir, Trey, for real. Nick, congratulations, my brother. You're gonna do great, man. All right, fam. It was fun, man. As always, I always come on here. I don't warn nobody. I just come on here, and then whoever hops on, y'all know I got you. So hey, I'm gonna try to be more aware next time. But like, you know what? I'm gonna tell them I'm going live. But as always, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Thanks for sticking around and making this fun. And y'all know I got y'all, bro. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, bro, and share it to your family. Peace.